Hallelujah.
I would say busy and tired.
Yes.
I was working like a Hebrew slave in America. I was working like a Hebrew slave on my day shift and an American slave on my night. Man.
Oh.
I checked out of Egypt and checked into America.
Yeah, it's good to be here though, man. It's good to wrap this week up. It was busy, it was tiring, but it was productive. So I will say that. One of my daughters told me something on the way home today. Indigo was saying how she said, I do something that start my day off good every Saturday morning. She said, I leave that alarm set for 6 o'clock. So then when that 6 o'clock alarm go off and I'm waking up like, man, it's time to get up. I look up and see it's Shabbat and I can turn it off and turn over and go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Nice.
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
You know,
we can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you wanna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, Yah's weapons of war. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, Yah's weapons of war. Before you go to battle, you should know what you up against. When Yah sends his army on a mission, it ain't no defense. Have the latest weapons up, go and learn Kung Fu, or you can read The Art of War, written by Sun Tzu. You gon' need all of the above when we come through. When Yah sends the order out, where you gon' run to? Sword drawn off with your head like a guillotine. You read what we did to the Canaanites and Philistines. Can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you wanna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, Yah's weapons.
All right, family. To everybody that's here live, welcome once again to another Shabbat study. To everybody that's joining us on the weekly upload on YouTube, welcome to another Shabbat study episode of Studying Scriptures. I'm Aki Shlomo. This is
Koti
Ribby. And we are picking up this week in Joshua 22. I'll tell you what, man, I popped in this Wednesday to the live replay, the premiere. And I joined in with Ema was in there. There was a few Kotis in there. Yeah, so I got to join into the text with y'all for a little bit, and that was fun. I'm gonna have to do that more. I'm gonna have to jump in there. I would have stayed longer, but I got cut off by my signal because I was driving through the woods. Yeah, that was cool.
So was he texting y'all? Because you heard him say he was driving, right? Was he texting? Was you texting?
You know, talk to text.
No, don't you give me that. Don't you give me that, man.
Talk to text thing.
I can't even look at my phone while I'm driving with this one in the car.
It's not safe.
What?
Family, what y'all do for Shabbat dinner? You know, we done went and gone half vegetarian now.
Yay.
So we had spaghetti squash.
Yeah, bowls.
Spaghetti squash bowls, salad, and some fish.
Some fish?
Half vegetarian.
Half.
Did y'all have anything good?
We taking baby steps.
I don't know. I made turkey wings, fried okra, salad. Oh, and Spanish rice.
That's what's up. You smoked them turkey wings?
Oh,
you could have been
that sounds good. Did you bake them turkey wings, though? Was they tender?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep, I baked them. Yes.
Baked them. It's been, I ain't really tasted no flesh in so long.
So long.
It's been about what, 2-3 weeks now?
2 whole weeks.
That's a lot for me. I am a carnivore.
Cole, when you say you made that, did you make that or did your children make that?
No, I made it. I did, but Tyler made the salad.
No, I'm just joking. It's
So,
all...
and then we all agree. Yep, we all agree. Well, I made them all agree that we only going to do the flesh on like the Shabbat, because I ain't be in here tripping like we can't have no meat, none at all. So once a week.
So y'all trying to
try to like do something once.
Y'all trying to phase it out too.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah.
Man, I can't keep going. Like I'm finding a lot of, like, I made spaghetti today, and spaghetti bowls for us, but like regular spaghetti for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all vegetarian, you know, and it was good. Like I used that nutritional yeast to give it like a cheesy taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so how it kind of sort of tastes cheesy.
Yeah. It was good. Excellent. Best spaghetti I've had.
See what I got to deal with? See what I got to deal with? That's what I got to deal with.
It was really good. It was. You saw me gonna get seconds?
You get seconds when I mess up. I burn stuff. He gets seconds.
I try to give a compliment. You see what I do? See what I go through?
I burn every food. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry about this. The children be like picking at it, you know, like, Mom, this one. Get daddy another bowl. Somebody got to eat it.
Pay for it.
See, that's nice. That's nice that your children be like, Mom, because that Zion, he sit right at the top of the table and talking about something. This don't taste right. This don't taste right. What you
Zion like Monroe,
this week? You missed the point this week.
Yeah,
you
didn't make
what? That's probably his mother.
We actually got one that's like that, but he do it a little bit more underhandedly. He don't just come right out.
Yeah,
you know?
he do it like he'll say something like, y'all think this good?
Yeah.
This good for y'all?
Oh, this you know, here's something like, don't y'all especially like the crunchy parts?
Right. Like, I like how you got this macaroni and cheese crunchy with macaroni and cheese, and you're supposed to be crunchy. That's a skill.
I'm finna pick on some of our people that's in here quiet all the time. Koti Tahisha, what y'all do for Shabbat dinner? Koti Teresa, what y'all do for Shabbat dinner? I'm being nosy now.
Got me feeling all certain kind of way because we cooked on the grill.
You did what?
You did what?
She
turned on the
cooked
grill.
on the grill.
Girl, tell us what you put on the grill.
We ain't putting on the grill in a little bit.
Oh, everything. Some turkey.
You said
some chicken sausage and beef hot dogs, beef burgers.
Okay.
And then had the nerve to cook some vegetables to try to balance it out.
You balance it out. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Got to have balance.
Balance out.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
I bet you the burgers.
Chicken and salmon. So yeah.
Right. I bet
that's
good, man.
That sounds like a nice little smorgasbord.
It do. That sounds real good.
But what it also sounds like is y'all gonna have a nice selection for tomorrow.
So yeah.
Y'all snack all day.
Yes.
You got me feeling like a crackhead. It's like I cut crack cold turkey. You over here telling us we had sugar coated crack. We had chocolate broiled crack. We had crack on the bun. We had crack on pasta.
That's what I love about the Shabbat, though, man. The Shabbat is supposed to be a feast. You know what I'm saying? In other words, when I say feast, it's a festive day. So that, you know, that Friday prep day when you get all that food together, and then Saturday, we don't eat like we do on Saturday the rest of the week.
No, we don't.
We snack all day. We snacking and studying and snacking.
I gained 2 to 3 pounds every Shabbat. I'm not even lying. I ain't even lying.
I ain't all week trying to drop it back off.
Yep. I be like, take it. I just set myself back. I'm like, I'm gonna get my life together. I'm gonna drop some of this weight, get my blood pressure in order. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna do good. And I do good all week. You get to the Shabbat, and I be like, I want all the food. I want to taste yes, I want to taste that. Yes, I do. I want some of everything.
Look, that's where we that's where we got it. We got it from y'all. Cause we new to this.
Stop.
It's-
Somebody's spreading bad
And
habits.
so we
Oh,
watched
no.
one of your videos.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
okay.
What about y'all, Coach Teresa? What y'all do for the Shabbat?
Hello. My son ordered Indian food.
We love Indian. That's what's up. That's what's up. We foodies over here. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yes, we are.
We a bunch of foodies. It's not even just us. Our children are foodies. They got discerning palates.
And I love Indian food too. What y'all get from the Indian restaurant? Some of that
So
spinach?
we have, I like the spinach with the cheese, the rice, and they love buttered chicken. So, and tempura chicken.
Yes.
Oh, I like that tempura chicken.
Yes.
What about that red chicken? What's that red chicken? Tandoori.
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 Yes.
When they bring it to the table, it be sizzling with onions and stuff. Oh, tandoori crack. Oh.
Or to the door like we do.
I know, because meat is like crack for me, and I'm a
The
crackhead.
thing is, fam,
Mm.
when you got a 10-person household, let's just say 9 since mentally because it's cool, you can't afford that. So you have to learn how to make it at home.
Yeah.
So you on YouTube and Google looking up all these recipes.
Yeah.
Because you got a taste for like this one all the time. You got a taste for it. You got to make it happen.
Oh yeah.
But on a shoestring budget.
We really like egg fouillon, and the restaurant around here, in order to get enough egg fouillon for us to like each get one, man, you're talking about $30 to $40 a pop. So this one here was like, we really need to make some egg fouillon.
Yeah.
And then his daughter was like, challenge.
Yeah.
And so
it's so cheap and it's so easy to make. And
so
tastes
good.
better.
It tastes so much better.
Because you controlling the ingredients. So if you want a little bit more kick or a little bit less GMS, no, MSG, thank you. GMS, Great Millstone. Yes, less of that.
I know, please.
You can, and that's really the thing that I really like. Now, to be honest, both of us coming out of the food industry, we was gonna be foodies anyway.
Yeah.
But the state of our health, I'm not finna get on my soapbox, but the state of our health, in my opinion, mandates that we cook for ourselves.
Yeah, it's very important.
The extra sugar, the extra salt, the MSG, like you say, you don't want none of that. You just want the good stuff. And then once you learn how to make it, then you learn how to make the meatless variety. So like we do butter cauliflower. It's really, really good when it's done right.
That's what Coach answered me. She said she loved butter chicken, but she made shaved Brussels sprouts and rice cauliflower with sea bass. That's
sounds very good.
That sounds
absolutely.
That sounds just delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd be surprised, man. Fried rice. We don't hardly ever buy fried rice no more. We make it.
We make it.
Egg rolls, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I promote that. I even promote that in my writing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my male characters don't even eat from restaurants, They're like, cook. Let's do it.
Why they put peas and carrots in the fried rice in the South?
I don't know, Coach. They don't do that in the Shy. That's what I said.
I put peas and carrots.
Why? They don't put the sprouts in it. In Chicago, they put the sprouts in it. They don't put the peas in it.
I put peas and carrots because I love any way that I can add vegetables into a meal.
You would.
I put vegetables in my eggs. I put vegetables in everything. And this one here, look. You see this face she making? Let me expose her. This one here, the gardener, don't like vegetables really. She don't really care for vegetables that much. She's a meatitarian.
I grow the vegetables for my family. I want them to be healthy.
I have to force her to eat vegetables.
It's true. The Rome and Knack story is a true story. It's a
So
true
that's why I
story.
put peas and carrots in fried rice, because that's how I get her to eat vegetables.
Peas and carrots and everything. He's like, let's make brownies with avocados.
The avocado brownies was fire. Dates, we did brownies. We did dates. That was good. Date brownies were good.
He do the chicken fried cauliflower. Although I do like chicken fried cauliflower
She would
now.
have never known if somebody wouldn't have made
Chicken
her
fried.
tonight.
Let's have some fried chicken made with cauliflower. That's not fried chicken, player. That's not fried chicken. We don't call it
You
that.
know what else is not?
But let's not do that.
Clogged arteries. You know what else is not? A defibrillator.
Defibrillator. Get your face. Listen, I had years before the defibrillator. Now I'm about at the defibrillator. That's why I'm eating chicken fried cauliflower now.
Right? I'm trying to save your life.
Mm.
You're welcome.
Hey, you know what? I know everybody else in this room like, okay, Chicagoans, let's read. Okay.
But I have to ask this question. Did y'all see where they said the church was going to change the use of God saying he to they and them? Did y'all see that article?
No.
So they put a petition in for them to say, instead of saying our Father and stuff like that, they want to say they and them. So it can be more so towards, I guess, the agenda of today. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then somebody in the comment put, they said, if God don't come back after this, then I don't know what I'm praying to no more. I was like,
Coty Christina, you may be right.
they want to put they the
So
yeah
they want to give Abba Yah pronouns
yes,
because they don't want it to be a
Yeah.
father. They want it to
so
be
they
a mother.
want to
and a
have
wife.
they and them, right? And they want
this?
everyone to feel included, and they don't want no one to feel as though the church, the Roman Catholic
The Pope
Church, the Pope and all them, they putting in some type of petition to change it. Yeah. Yep. Let me see if I can find the article. They had like a whole article about it. And they said they was trying to change it by at least next year.
Now look.
I know in some churches now out in our area, they pray to Mother, Father, God.
Yeah. I've
When
heard.
they say their prayers, they say Mother, Father, God.
So they putting the Most High in the feminine sense. So even like
you know, the conscious Negro's been doing that.
So you putting him as a lesser, masculine is
The head.
it's the head. You know what I'm saying? So you putting him in a feminine sense, that's blasphemy.
Wow, that is something else. Catholic Church.
And then once the church decree it, then they'll start enforcing it. So it's like if say we out talking Bible talk and somebody hear us and come up to us and say something like, you can't call God a he. And we say, excuse me, get out of my face if I slap you. Then they say, that's against the law. Now, you know what I'm saying? This how these things happen.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. When y'all talking about inclusion, equity inclusion, as they say now in politics. Now, look, I'm not with the Israelite gangbanging and all of the overt masculinity and female bashing and all that. I'm not with that. But there is something to be said about the fact that as you read through these scriptures, I don't read nowhere about nobody's feelings, or y'all ask about anybody's feelings, or concede to anybody's feelings.
Right.
Like the quickest way for us to identify whether or not maybe we might have a spirit on us, we get talking about our feelings.
Yeah, he don't care.
Nah,
he don't care.
It's not about the feelings. It's, look, I asked you to do this, either you do it or you don't. And you can choose to not do it, and that's fine because we have free choice, but it's not about our feelings.
Especially when our feelings can be so easily manipulated by demons.
Yeah. And so this space to go along with what Coty Christine was saying, this space that is being created where everybody's feelings have to be accounted for and you can't tell the truth because you might hurt someone's feelings, and you can't correct someone because you might hurt someone's feelings, and you can't have winners and losers because you might hurt someone's feelings. It's just you completely, again, it's another weapon to throw the Bible out or to destroy the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I feel.
Coach Kimmy said, Jeremiah said, the heart is deceitful among
Who should know?
who
That's
should
right.
know it. Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Above all things,
Yep.
the heart is deceitful, was wicked above all things.
Yep.
Who should know it?
Yeah, you're right. This thing is definitely coming to a head. There's no way of telling how long this is going to take, but it's happening. I mean, it's been happening. It's been generations getting to where we are. How much longer it's going to take before we reach that point where y'all say the stench has reached his nostrils?
I can't do this anymore.
That's the pattern. When you read the scriptures, every time you hear y'all say that something has reached his nostrils, you know what's coming next.
No.
Utter destruction.
It's like he say, what's this smell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's the world. Oh,
Yeah.
let's clean that up.
It's time for me to clean that up.
Let's clean that up.
And by cleaning, we mean utter decimation.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. We about there, huh? 22 through that's it. This is it.
Oh, okay. So let's do through 24.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah, 22, 23, 24. That's
Yep.
3. All right.
That's 3.
Okay.
All right, it's on you.
All right. All right, here we go. We're picking up in Joshua chapter 22. Then Yahusha called for the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh and said to them, you have guarded all that Moshe, the servant of Yahuah, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. You have not left your brothers these many days up to this day, but have guarded the charge and command of Yahuah, your Elohim. And now Yahuah, your Elohim, has given rest to your brothers, as he promised them. So now return and go to your tents, and to the land of your possession, which Moshe, the servant of Yahuah, gave you beyond the Yarden. Only diligently guard to do the command and the Torah which Moshe, the servant of Yahuah, commanded you.
I love the way this says that. The way that's phrased and the way I read that is like, all I'm asking you to do on behalf of Yahuah, as the spokesperson, all you have to do is just diligently guard and obey what Abiyah asked you to do. That's not so much to ask, is it? After he's given all the stuff he's given, land, battles, where they went home with not a scratch on them, but destroyed everybody else they was battling against.
We surrounded on all sides by tempting demons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You surround like I like to compare it to that movie Blackout. Was that the name of the movie? Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Yeah, you remember when they was going through the wilderness or when they was trying to get to the little air shift, and as long as they had the light, they was okay.
That's right.
But as soon as the light went out, they was murdered. And so there was a scene in which this one man, he had his light, but his light went out for a minute. And so he used the air spray can or something and lit a match to see, if he was surrounded. And when he lit this match and it lit up, he was just surrounded by these demons.
At the extreme borders of wherever the light was demons all around waiting, and they just couldn't penetrate
the light,
the barrier of light. And that's an excellent euphemism for the word, because that's exactly how it's worded by the apostles when you get into the New Testament. It's, you are children of the day. They are children of the night.
Stay in the day.
Walk in the day.
Walk in the light.
That's right. And guard yourself at all times. Yeah. That's an excellent analogy. Okay, go ahead.
You're a servant of Yahuah commanded you, to love Yahuah, your Elohim, and to walk in all his ways, and to guard his command, and to cling to him, and to serve him with your heart and with all your being.
Okay, real quick, and I don't mean to keep interrupting you. And so diligently guard to do the commandments of the Torah or the law, which Moses, the servant of Yahuah, commanded you. To love Yahuah your Elohim, and by loving him, or to show your love for him, to walk in all his ways and guard his commands, and to cling to him and to serve him with all your heart and all your being. So when we read in the book of John 14:15, correct me if I'm wrong, John 14:15, if you love Yah, keep his commandments. That's not something new. It's not a New Testament, and it's not a new commandment. The Messiah is not giving his own variation of something. He's quoting this.
Yeah.
He's just quoting Torah. If you love Yah, the way you show your love for him is to guard his commandments. Okay, beautiful.
That's what anything. Look at so my children can't tell me they love me.
Right.
And they don't obey my rules. And they disrespectful to me. You know, you don't love me when I say, be at home at a certain time, because if you're not, then I'm worried.
Right.
But you just coming in whenever. You don't love me.
And even as a parent, what you say that's you paying lip service. You saying you love me with your mouth, but you showing me something different with your action. That's exactly what's said in Isaiah.
It's like what Tony Braxton said, love should have made your butt come home last night.
Right. Deuteronomy 4:6, Cain says, Torah. Yep. Okay.
And Yahusha blessed them and sent them away, and they went to their tents. And to half the tribe of Manasseh, Moshe had given a possession in Bashan. But to the other half of it, Yahusha gave land among their brothers beyond the Yarden westward. So when Yahusha sent them away to their tents, he also blessed them and spoke to them, saying, return to your tents with great riches and with very much livestock and with silver and with gold and with bronze and with iron and with countless garments. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brothers. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh returned and left the children of Israel at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan, to go to the land of Gilead, to the land of their possession, which they possessed according to the mouth of Yahuah by the hand of Moses. And they came to the district of the Yarden, which is in the land of Canaan. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh built a slaughter place there by the Yarden, a great conspicuous slaughter place. And the children of Israel heard it said, see, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh have built a slaughter place opposite the land of Canaan, in the district of the Yarden, at the border of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of the congregation of the children of Israel assembled at Shiloh to go to fight against them. So the children of Israel sent Phinehas. I know that's read wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Just start back at 12.
And when the children of Israel heard, all the congregation of the children of Israel assembled at Shiloh to go to fight against them. So the children of Israel sent Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the priest, to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad, and to half the tribe of Manasseh, into the land of Gilead. And 10 rulers were with him, 1 ruler each from the chief house of every tribe of Israel. And each one was the head of the house of his father among the divisions of Israel. And they came to the children of Reuben, and to the children of Gad, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, to the land of Gilead, and they spoke with them, saying, thus says all the congregation of Yahuah, what is this trespass you have committed against the power of Israel?
Pause. Not the congregation of the children of Israel. Remember what I was saying just the last priesthood study we did. How you begin to see, even within the nation of Israel, a distinction between those who are serious about Yah's business and those who are not. So they didn't identify themselves as the children of Israel to other members of the children of Israel. They said, thus says the children of Yah, with sword in hand. What you doing over there? Because Torah say, when somebody trying to lead you off to do something other than what Yah say, heads must roll, stones must be thrown. And if you saw them doing it, your hand was supposed to be the first one in.
How y'all building churches over here? Y'all know what the Most High said about these churches.
And Joshua just told us, you got your land, you got much increase, gold, silver, cattle, clothes, garments, everything you want. All I'm asking you to do
first thing you did was went over there and built you
is
a
keep
slaughter
the
place.
contract that we've agreed to.
That's it. That's it.
And as soon as they got settled in, they said, we're going to build a slaughter place over here, huh? That way we ain't got to go where you
I'll
want.
tell you what happened with the politics. Now, remember we was telling y'all last week, and this is only my theory. Let me put this out here. I'm putting this out here.
Okay.
But remember we was telling y'all last week how all the Levites wasn't set up to run the temple.
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Only a certain percentage of them was set up to, only a certain
They
group
had
of
different
them,
duties.
right, was set up to run the temple. But Abiyah sent Levites to every congregation.
Yeah.
So now some Levite felt like I should have my own church. Now this is only my theory. Because if you look at the walk, and if you look at all the drama that has ever happened in Israel, it's been them competing over two roles: the role of king and the role of high priest.
This is not unprecedented. Remember, I told y'all, and we read about it briefly in the Standard 66, but you read about it more in Josephus as well, that there was contention among Israel for the priesthood. When Moses assigned the priesthood by the word of Yah to Aaron, his brother, there were other men who were Levites and who were men of stature, meaning, they were wise, they were well established, they had money. That said, Moses assigned the priesthood to his brother because that's his brother. When I'm obviously more suited and more qualified for the role, let's put it to a vote. Let's do this in a democratic fashion.
Democracy.
Yeah.
For the people, by the people.
I remember Moses at that. So that was before this. That's why I say this is not unprecedented. Moses said, okay, you want to vote? Let's put it to a vote. And he said, not just you, but everybody that feel like they want this position, all of y'all come out at such and such a time, through such a place, as well as Aharon, and we're going to put it to a vote. And we're going to let Yah choose who is supposed to be the head of this priesthood. And we see how that went.
Go to the Tasha,
Numbers 15 told off for that.
Yeah.
So you can read about that in Numbers 15. You can read about it in more detail in Josephus as well. But yeah, this is not the first time.
Yeah. And so the head of the Levite that was with the half tribe of Manasseh and the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Gad went to speak to the heads of the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Gad and whoever was heading up that half tribe of Manasseh, and was like, yo, fam, they over there on the other side of the Yarden doing whatever, I feel like we need some representatives of the Most High over here. I feel like, we need to build me a church so that I can make sure our blessings stay up over here, just doing too much. And they did it. They did what he asked for, and now them boys knocking at the door.
Now, just a side note, and you're going to see it coming. But watch Phineas and Eleazar. They the truth. So let's see what happens.
So
here.
this Phineas, the son of Eleazar, right?
Yeah.
These boys ain't no joke. Now these Levites, right?
Yeah. Phineas.
So this the Levite. This is the high priest stock that have heard what these
Eleazar is a priesthood. Yeah.
So they didn't heard what they didn't did over here, and now they didn't say we need to go over there and we need to handle this. Let me try to say, I know they priests, But most of the things that went down, most of the battles that got started was because the priest said it's time to ride.
Mhm.
They not in the image of the priests we have, the priests that be like, we need peace and we Martin Luther King and them. They weren't like them. They was about their life. So thus says all the congregation of Yah. What is this trespass you have committed against the Most High, the power of Israel, to turn away this day from following Yahuah, and that you have built for yourself a slaughter place to rebel against Yahuah this day?
Mm.
Is this crookedness of Peor? Is the crookedness of Peor not enough for us, from which we have not been cleansed till this day, although there was no plague in the congregation of Yahuah? That you turn away today from following Yahuah, and it shall be, if you rebel today against Yahuah, that tomorrow he is wroth with all the congregation of Israel. And indeed, if the land of your possession is unclean, then pass over to the land of the possession of Yahuah, where the dwelling place of Yahuah dwells, and take possession among us.
What does that explain? That where the dwelling place of Yahuah. So 19. And indeed, if the land of your possession is unclean, if you over here trying to make slaughter offerings because you think you're purifying this place because you think it's unclean, then why don't you go on over here to where the dwelling place of Yahuah dwells? Explain that phrase right there.
They over there in Bashan. Remember, they was the ones who got greedy and they wanted that first take over across the Yarden.
Okay.
So because they thought they was gonna do some slick stuff, they thought they was gonna the first property, the first area Moses and them took, they was like, okay, we Gucci here, we right here. This is where we at. And Moses like, look at you. Man, you can have this, but you gonna go over here, you gonna help us get the land. You know what I'm saying? And so
you're not going to take this just because you're ready to start fighting.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to help us secure. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So they took that part. They over there in Bashan. Bashan was a threat, man. Bashan, Og's place. Them demons, where did they go? Where their spirits go?
Yeah. Their
spirits went right there because Abiyah didn't take their spirits. So once Moses and them killed them, that land was plagued with their spirits.
Right.
So they trying to build a slaughter place to get rid of spirits. But he like, if y'all got a problem with this, then come over there where we were supposed to be at before y'all got all, and take some land amongst us.
So yes, that's all of that is accurate. In addition to that,
okay,
the place where we're supposed to be making those sacrifices, now that we have been established as a nation. So we're not talking about during the times of Abram, Isaac, Jacob, where they were stopping to make altars to slaughter to Yahuah when they had an event that they felt like they were visited by the messenger of Yah. He's saying, if you feel like that's unclean, why don't you come over here where the temple, the tabernacle is, that Yahuah dwells in, where we making sacrifices to cleanse the land. So that's what a dwelling place is over there. You shouldn't be over there making sacrifices, because as a nation, the sacrifices are made over here at the temple by the priest, where the Ark of the Covenant is, where the mercy seat is, where he has said, when I dwell with the children of Israel, this is where I will dwell. So you can't make another dwelling place when he has said, I choose to dwell over there. So why don't you come over here where the dwelling place of Yah dwells, instead of trying to make a separate dwelling place over there. Yeah.
I know they have problems in Bashan, baby. I know they have problems over there.
Yeah, I would agree. Go to Antoinette. I saw your hand up.
Also, wasn't it, if you were not worthy to go into the temple and make sacrifices, didn't you just blow up, like poof?
Yeah, they died.
That's what happened to what you call it, boys.
So I'm thinking that he's also saying if you think okay, so you want to make sacrifices. So if you all let, then come on over to the real house and let's see if you can come over here and do them
Oh,
sacrifices.
they couldn't go in
And
there.
if they'd have tried to go into that temple and they weren't worthy, it'd have been like poof.
Oh yeah.
That is a way to look at it.
Oh yeah.
That is a way to look at it. Yes, ma'am.
So what you saying is they trying to make them a place where they can go in and not worry about getting blowed up, huh? And still be big shots.
To your point, yeah, trying to make a place where they could run it when they know that they can't run it over at the actual temple. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
That's what they was doing. That's what it sounded like they was doing.
Ultimately, I would agree, because ultimately what they would then establish is a separate house of Yah, if you will, where they would then have people under them when everybody was supposed to be under one priesthood.
So now they the high priest of their house.
Yeah, so now you make another priesthood. And it is very closely related to this idea that we have over here in this land, where you got the house of God on every corner of every hood. Come to the house of God over here, come to the house of God over there. When Yah only ever said he had one dwelling place, the physical temple and the physical people.
Yeah.
So however you want to look at that. Yeah. Okay.
So, and indeed, if the land of your possession is unclean, then pass over to the land of the possession of Yahuah, where the dwelling place of Yahuah dwells, and take possession among us. But do not rebel against Yahuah, nor rebel against us by building yourselves a slaughter place besides the slaughter place of Yahuah, our Elohim.
Wow.
Did not Achan, son of Zerah, commit a trespass in that which is under the ban? And wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel. And he was not the only one to die in his crookedness. Is that the one that decided he wanted to be the high priest over the one that put it to the vote? Was that him? Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh answered and said to the heads of the division of Israel, Elohim Yahuah, he knows. And let Israel itself know. If this has been in rebellion or is trespass against Yahuah, then do not save us this day. If we have built ourselves a slaughter place to turn from following Yahuah, or if to offer a sending offering or grain offering on it, or if to make slaughterings of peace offerings on it, let Yahuah himself require it. But truly, from fear, for a reason we did this, saying, in time to come, your sons might speak to our sons, saying, what have you to do with Yahuah, Elohim of Israel? For Yahuah has made the Yarden a border between you and us. You children of Reuben and children of Gad, you have no portion with Yahuah. So your sons will make our sons stop fearing Yahuah. So we said, let us now prepare and build ourselves a slaughter place, not for a sending offering, nor for slaughtering, but to be a witness between you and us and our generations after us, to do the service of Yahuah before him with our ascending offerings, with our slaughterings, and with our peace offerings. And your sons should not say to our sons in time to come, you have no portion with Yahuah.
So we did it with good intentions.
They did it with good intentions,
is what they're saying.
Yeah, they were so far away from the temple. They didn't want it to be said one day. They didn't want their sons to be said one day, who are you? You ain't with us, because they on the other side of the Yarden. So they did it so that their children could remember. So this is what they say. They did it so that their children could remember who they are.
Where was this at again?
Road to hell is paid with good intentions. Okay.
I apologize, fam. Give me a second. I'm just trying to see exactly where this was again, because there was a debate about this later on, around and after the time of Maccabees, about whether or not this was a legitimate place to have a second house of Yah. Yeah, I was telling you about that when I was reading it in
Yeah.
Josephus.
Josephus, yeah.
Yeah. And they came to the rulers of the time, and they had a debate in an open forum, and they wanted them people knocked off for trying to raise that.
So they
temple.
never stopped trying to do that. Huh? They kept so when the Bruce did the split, remember when Jerusalem was divided
Yeah,
into northern and southern?
they created another house. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll look into that later.
Okay. What was that? 29? For be it first rebellion.
Yes.
Or 30. Okay, 30, I think 29. Okay. Far be it from us to rebel against Yahuah and to turn from following Yahuah this day, to build a slaughter place for an ascending offering, for grain offering, or for slaughtering besides the slaughter place of Yahuah, our Elohim, which is before his dwelling place. And Phinehas the priest, and the ruler of the congregation, and the heads of the thousands of Israel, who were with him, heard the words that the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the children of Manasseh spoke, and it was good in their eyes.
They gave them the benefit of the doubt.
And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, said to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the children of Manasseh, today we know that Yahuah is in our midst, because you have not committed against Yahuah this trespass. Now you have delivered the children of Israel
And yourselves.
I know, out of the hand of Yahuah. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, which was the high priest at the time, right? The priest, and the rulers returned from the children of Reuben and the children of Gad, and from the land of Gilead into the land of Canaan, to the children of Israel, and brought back word to them. So the matter was good in the eyes of the children of Israel, and the children of Israel blessed Elohim. And they spoke no more of going against to fight to destroy the land where the children of Reuben and Gad dwelt. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the slaughter place a witness between us that Yahuah is Elohim.
Hallelujah. Okay, 23. And it came to be a long time after Yahuah had given rest to Israel from all their enemies around about, that Yahusha was old, advanced in years. And Yahusha called for all Israel and for all their elders and for all their heads and for their judges, hence the next book, and for their officers, and said to them, I am old, advanced in years, and you have seen all that Yahuah, your Elohim, has done to all these nations because of you. For Yahuah, your Elohim, is he who was fighting for you. See, I have divided you by lot these nations that remain, to you by lot these nations that remain, to be an inheritance for your tribes from the garden or the Yarden with all the nations that I have cut off, as far as the great sea toward the setting of the sun. And Yahuah, your Elohim, thrusted them out from before you, and shall drive them out from before you, and you shall possess their land as Yahuah, your Elohim, has promised you. And you shall be very strong to guard and to do all that is written in the book of the law or the Torah of Moses, so as not to turn aside from it to the left or to the right. We keep reading this, the book of the law of Moses and the Torah of Moses and all that. I just have to emphasize here that Moses, we agree, I think we all agree, Moses did not initiate or develop any law. Moses was simply giving the law as it was given to him by Abiyah. So this idea of Moses' law, when we get over to the so-called New Testament, and some say that Moses' law was done away with, as if it was something that could be done away with because it was initiated by a man, is a non-starter. This was something that Yah initiated. We see evidence of the law before Moses. Moses is simply reinstituting it into the nation. It was already instituted into the earth, and it was already kept and upheld
Yes, it was.
as we have shown in the priesthood study by those who are serious about following Yah's ways. Right? Okay. So, and you shall be very strong to guard and to do all that is written in the book of the Torah of Moses, so as not to turn aside from it, right or left, so as not to go in among these nations, these who remain among you, warning, and make no mention of the name of their mighty ones, and make no mention of the name of their mighty
Don't
ones,
say their name.
and especially do not swear by them, nor serve them, nor bow down to them. So, and in our brothers and sisters who are very serious about this,
Yes, they are.
they don't even speak the name of JC.
They don't say the days of the week.
They don't use the
They
days
be
of the
like,
week,
you know,
first day, second day,
yeah,
and all the way up to the Shabbat.
to the Shabbat.
They don't use the months of the year because they understand. I know a lot of y'all do as well, that these are the names of deities.
His name is Jesus.
And
There's a scripture that's like very like it said it here,
yes,
but the mouth of two or three witnesses. There's
absolutely.
a scripture that said, I don't even want you to mention
That's
the
right.
names of
And
these
that's
other
one.
deities.
Yeah, the looking at what Christmas is all about, understanding that you are doing obeisance to that phallic symbol that is the Christmas tree in order to receive those gifts under the tree. So in other words, you literally have to prostrate yourself in order to get those gifts from under the tree.
Put the gifts underneath the tree, so you got to bow down and get it from under the bosom of the tree.
Not only that, you're sending your children to bow down before that phallic symbol in order to. So you're technically you're sacrificing your children to that worship or that service. So this is where another place in the law where we get the understanding that this is all a no-no, right? Okay. But cling to Yahuah, your Elohim, as you have done to this day. For Yahuah has driven out from before you great and strong nations. As for you, no one has stood against you to this day.
This day.
One man of you put 1,000 to flight. For Yahuah, your Elohim, is he who is fighting for you, as he promised you. And you shall diligently guard yourselves to love Yahuah your Elohim. But if you do turn back at all and cling to the remnant of these nations, these that remain among you, and intermarry with them and go in to them, that means to
turn off the lights,
consummate the marriage, and they to you, know for certain that Yahuah your Elohim shall no longer drive these nations out from before you, and they shall be snares and traps to you, and a whip on your sides and thorns in your eyes until you perish from this good land which Yahuah your Elohim has given you. He ain't doing nothing but reiterating the blessings and the curses.
That's
right?
Exactly what we did.
And see, this day I am going on the way of all the earth, and you know in your heart and all your beings that not one word has failed of all the good words which Yahuah your Elohim spoke concerning you. Of all of it has come to you, and not one word of them has failed. And it shall be that as every good word has come upon you, which Yahuah your Elohim promised you, so Yahuah does bring upon you every evil word until he has destroyed you from this good land which Yahuah your Elohim has given you. I gave it to you. I can take it right back from you. When you transgress the covenant Yahuah your Elohim, the covenant of Yahuah your Elohim, which he commanded you, and shall go out and serve other mighty ones and bow down to them, and the displeasure of Yahuah shall burn against you, and you shall perish quickly from the good land which he has given you.
Mm.
You got 33.
That,
16,
okay.
16, 17.
Okay. And Yahusha gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem and called for the elders of Israel and for their heads and for their judges and for their officers. And they presented themselves before Elohim. And Yahusha said to all the people, thus says Yahuah, power of Israel. Long ago your fathers dwelt beyond the river Terah, the father of Abraham and the father of Nahor, and they served other mighty ones. So I took your father Abraham from beyond the river, and I caused him to go through all the land of Canaan, and I multiplied his offsprings and gave him Isaac. And to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. And to Esau I gave the mountains of Seir to possess. But Jacob and his children went down to Mizraim. Then I sent Moses and Aharon and plagued Mizraim, as I did in their midst. And afterwards I brought you out. And I brought your fathers out of Mizraim, and you came to the sea. And the Mitzrites pursued your fathers and with chariots and horsemen into the sea of reeds. And they cried out to Yahuah, and he put thick darkness between you and the Mitzraims, and brought the sea upon them and covered them. And your eyes saw what I did in Mitzrayim, and you dwelt in the wilderness a long time. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, who dwelt beyond the Yarden, and they fought with you. But I gave them into your hand, and you possessed their land, and I destroyed them from before you. And Balak, son of Zippor, sovereign of Moab, rose up and fought against Israel, and sent and called for Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. But I refused to listen to Balaam. So he continued to bless you, and I delivered you out of his hands. And you passed over the Yarden and came to Jericho. And the masters of Jericho, the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Hivites and the Jebusites fought against you, but I gave them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you. Also the two sovereigns of the Amorites, but not with your sword or with your bow. And I gave you a land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build. And you dwell in them. You eat of the vineyards and of the olive trees which you did not plant. And now fear Yahuah, serve him in perfection and in truth, and put away the mighty ones which your father served beyond the river and in Mizraim, and serve Yahuah. And if it seems evil in your eyes to serve Yahuah, choose for yourself this day whom you are going to serve, whether the mighty ones from which your father served that were beyond the river, or the mighty ones of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But I and my house, we serve Yahuah.
Wow.
So that's where that came from. And the people answered and said, far be it from us to forsake Yahuah, to serve other mighty ones.
Do you realize how perverted it is in the truest sense of the word to have taken that scripture
Yes.
and shorten it to
Yes.
me and my house
Serve JC.
serve the Lord, which is another word for Baal. When this whole conversation was not serving those other mighty ones, was serving
Isn't that
Yahuwah.
twisted?
That's
just
some
as
sick,
twisted.
twisted joke.
It's that pastor one. Will the man rob? You know, the one that
Yes.
passed. That's just as twisted. It's
very
like
twisted.
they're laughing at you from not being studied in your scriptures.
Yep.
You know, they are laughing every time somebody tell you that. You should be like, hold on. Who
Yep.
you think you talk? Come on, man. I've read that
God
scripture.
is so mind telling.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. For Yahuwah your Elohim is he who has brought us and our fathers up out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage, who did those great signs before our eyes, and has guarded us in all the way that we went and among all the people through whom we passed. And Yahuwah drove out from before us all the people, even the Amorites who dwelt in the land. We too serve Yahuwah, for he is our Elohim. Then Yahusha said to the people, You are not able to serve Yahuah, for he is a set apart Elohim, a jealous power is he. He does not bear with your transgression and with your sins. If you forsake Yahuah and shall serve mighty ones of a stranger, then he shall turn back and do you evil and consume you after he has been good to you. And the people said to Yahusha, no, but we serve Yahuah. Then Yahusha said to the people, you are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen Yahuah for yourselves to serve him. And they said, witnesses. That's right.
Yeah, witnesses. That's us.
And now, put away the mighty ones. Let's be real. Put away the gods of the stranger which are in your midst, and incline your heart to Yahuah, Elohim of Israel, the power of Israel. And people said to Yahusha, Yahuah our Elohim we serve, and his voice we obey. And Yahusha made a covenant with the people that day and laid on them a law and a right ruling in Shechem. Then Yahusha wrote these words in the book of the Torah of Elohim. We're reading them right now. And he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak that was by the set apart place of Yahuah. And Yahusha said to all the people, see, this stone is a witness to us, for it has heard all the words, the stone now, of Yahuah, which he spoke to us. And it shall be a witness against you, because the stone's still going to be there. Even if it's dust, the powder, whatever. Still bearing witness, like heaven and earth.
It's probably still there, that stone.
It's probably still there. Woo. It has heard all the words of Yahuah, which he spoke to us. And it shall be a witness against you, lest you lie against your Elohim. Then Yahusha sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. And after these events, it came to be that Yahusha, son of Nun, the servant of Yahuah, died 110 years old. And they buried him within the border of his inheritance at Timnah Serah, which is in the mountain of Ephraim, on the north side of Mount Gaash. And Israel served Yahuah all the days of Yahusha, and all the days of the elders who outlived Yahusha, who had known all the works of Yahuah, which he had done for Israel. So they was holding the fort down during Yahusha's time, and all the elders who were still around.
The OGs.
They said, no, you ain't not on our watch.
The OGs.
Okay. So, and the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel had brought up out of Mitzrayim, they buried at Shechem, in the plot of the ground which Jacob had bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 kesitah, and which have become an inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar, son of Aharon, died, and they buried him in a hill that belonged to Phinehas, his son, Aharon, Eleazar, Phinehas, which was given to him in the hill country of Ephraim. So now Phinehas is the high priest.
Eleazar is gone.
So that is concluding the book of Joshua. And the reason the next book is called Judges is because the system of government that is set up is a system in which within each tribe, you have judges who are supposed to, if everything is going the way it's supposed to go, judge righteously. And if for some reason they cannot figure something out, they're supposed to escalate it to another judge who is an elder judge, or to the priest who are at the temple for a righteous judgment. Judges. That's what judges is about.
Our system really is a perfect system. Like I was just thinking about, I know last week, I kind of went into this thing where I was, saying like, prayerfully, will be a fellowship with no drama.
Yeah, right.
Right. But the way that Abiyah have it worked out to deal with these things, because he know that we're only humans, we're going to clash.
But yeah, when you said that though, I wasn't even thinking. I'm thinking the nation of Israel
Right.
in general.
But like our fellowship is like on a smaller scale. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
Like,
what you're saying.
it's kind of like the days of the week.
Yeah.
You know, the 7 days of the week. Each seventh, you know, each week is a chance to practice to get it right. You know, so our fellowship is small, but it's like a practice even to get it right. So like if we can nail this, then you know what I'm saying, when our fellowship join that bigger fellowship, you know, maybe, you know, I don't know. But the way that the Most High set it up, he says, if your brother or sister offends you, you go to your brother and sister, you talk to them privately, right? Now there's a chance that, you know, your brother or sister may understand the offense and may ask for forgiveness or whatever may have you, but there's a chance that your brother or sister may think that you're wrong. You know, they may think that, like, you know what, I don't agree with that. I think that you're being petty. And so then I say, then you're supposed to go get 1 or 2 other people of the fellowship who don't have any stock in it. So don't go like get your friends. And you know what I'm saying? But who don't have any stock in it, who could objectively listen to the situation and then see what they say about it, you know. And then if your brother, sister still don't hear you. So after this small group of people may say, you know, Koti, you know, I could see how that would be offensive because, you know, so-and-so, you know, I don't have no stock in one way or the other, but I mean, I could see how to be offensive and your sister or brother still like, no, I ain't hearing you either. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all petty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be so you're supposed to bring it to the congregation. Yeah. You're supposed to bring it to the whole fellowship. Like, okay, you know, this happened, you know what I'm saying? But if your brother or sister do hear you, if they do hear you and they can be like, you know, I mean, I didn't mean to offend you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, forgive me, I'll do better. You know what I'm saying? If my action caused you to feel uncomfortable, then I'll do better. Scripture say, then you've gained a brother or sister. Yeah. It's growth from that. Like you grow from that. You know what I'm saying? That's
Matthew 18:15 through 18 that she's speaking of, if y'all want to read it on your own. And listen, that's one of the things that, speaking from our personal experience, so just speaking from our personal experience, that grows
it does
relationships, because what's difficult about building relationships with people who you haven't already grown up with, or you know they're not already your family, whatever, is the fact that you're going to have contentions, you're going to have disagreements and stuff like that, and trying to do battle against the spirit that may be telling you to talk about that person behind their back to somebody else, or to just write them off, because you know Hebrews, we good for that. Yeah, I just won't deal with them no more.
I know I am. I can't even lie.
That's not scriptural. That's just not scriptural. We are at the point when the disagreement cannot be quailed or squashed or whatever, then yes, sometimes you shake the dust and move on.
Yeah, you separate.
But before that, this is the process. And again, from experience, fam, yes, it's difficult to have the conversation, but once you sit down and have the conversation in earnest, you know, operating in good faith, as they say, and you truly just trying to build a better relationship, usually you walk away with a brother or sister.
You do.
That's you know, you have confirmed your relationship, you have grown your relationship, and it is better prepared for the next test.
I know,
because it's going to be a next test.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? But now what you're doing is you're storing some equity in the relationship bank between you and that individual. Because if you could get past that issue, now when you come together for the next issue, you can draw on both of you's memory that we was able to overcome this before. So let's deal with this. And the more those you build up, the firmer that relationship and that union is now becoming.
Right. So in a way, the Most High with that is teaching people who are not biological siblings how to be siblings.
That's right.
You know, because I
That's
see
right.
my children fight all the time.
All the
You know, they, you know, sisters, oh my goodness, you know,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna stop talking. They're not gonna write each other off. You know, they're gonna like, you know, I thought that was real petty what you did, and you know I bought that hair gel. You know you didn't buy that good hair gel, and I bought that good hair gel because okay, fine, just take the hair gel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next day they laughing and joking. You know what I'm saying? It comes naturally for blood siblings to have that kind of relationship.
I don't want you to lose the
Okay.
point, but I just want to say, so think about the spirit that would lead a nation of people to operate for decades and generations now, as if to say that that's all it takes is something simple or petty to not deal with each other no more.
Yeah.
When in all honesty, we are
Yeah.
blood related.
It happened all the time.
Yeah.
It happened all the time. We would, you know what I'm saying, we'll she didn't have to say that to me. And you know what? I don't even know. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like Coach Christine said, we may be in the wilderness next year around this time.
Yep. It's very possible.
And I'm gonna tell you something, if you think you're gonna make it through the wilderness with that kind of mentality, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, we got to know how to deal with
We're gonna have to learn how to deal with each other. And I'm talking about the people of your fellowship, not even a problem. Just think about it. These the people that you have seen and you have decided I can get along with these people. These people is all right.
That's why I said when you said it, I'm thinking about the nation as a whole.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So just imagine having to develop that relationship with some of the brews that you look at and be like, what in the hell? What's going on over there? You know what I'm
say in the
saying?
video, what you done to that?
Well, you said, what is going on? Listen, we're gonna have to develop a relationship with them brews. We're gonna have, or we're not gonna make it. We're gonna have to be able to coexist, to live amongst ourselves, to prove that we're willing to fight for our brothers and sisters.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
If
a
they
great way to put it.
wicked, they wicked. But we gotta. Y'all gonna sort it out. Trust me. But he gonna be listening to our hearts. He gonna be listening to your heart. If your heart is, how can I talk? I have a sister over here who's impossible to deal with. So, but what's on your heart is, what can I do to strengthen our relationship? What can I do to help her trust me, to try to understand her? You know what I'm saying? If that's what's on your heart versus I'm gonna stab this.
Yeah, I'm
gonna stab her.
I'm gonna broaden the conversation out. I got brothers and sisters in this walk who believe that, you know, Israel is in America or Israel is in South Africa. I got brothers and sisters in this walk who believe in the 12 tribe chart as it is listed by GOCC or whoever. I got brothers and sisters in this walk who believe it's okay to smoke weed, who believe it's okay to sell weed and edibles and stuff like that. But still believe in Israel, still believe we're supposed to keep our brothers and sisters in this walk who believe that we're not supposed to touch meat at all whatsoever. And are those not my brothers and sisters if they still believe that they Israel, still believe in keeping the law, still believe in Messiah?
Yeah.
No, we just got some things that we differ on, but those are still my brothers and sisters. So we have to
learn how to respect. Man, we got to learn how to respect that.
We have to be able to have respectful communication with each other, at least, even though, like, you know, it was a brother that we know from way back. We go back a little bit. He out of Virginia, and we was having a conversation. No, we weren't. They posted something, and I don't do Facebook often, but every once in a while I peruse a little bit. And, you know, what they were saying, I completely disagreed with, but I wanted to make sure I was understanding what they were saying. I'm like, explain to me the premise of what you're saying so I understand it. And they explained it. I was like, okay, got you. I completely disagree, but my communication is simply, I appreciate you explaining that. I understand where you're coming from. I see it this way, but thank you for explaining it to me.
Mhm.
And then he responded with why he saw it that way and gave his resource. And I'm like, I appreciate that. I still don't see that, but thank you for the resources. You know, we go way back. I respect it. I'm just saying. And he was like, you know, and this was real. He was like, you know, it's a shame that we got to go above and beyond to make sure that we understand, we communicate in love. But, you know, we go way, that's what he said. Like, you know, we go way back. It's all love. I was like, absolutely, it's all love.
And
even though we disagree.
Sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes
right.
you have to overextend yourself.
That's right. That's right.
And just because I need people to overextend themselves to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure
I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the devil busy in my ear. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and be like, the devil don't be like, baby, they ain't trying to hear you, honey. Baby, look, they don't look how she looking at you. Baby, she want to kick you, kill you, steal you, everything. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this is real. I'm you know, and I know this don't just happen to me. Men and women think differently. So I'm not saying that my husband may be experiencing these thoughts. I know he got his own thoughts, but women, most time we think alike. And I know that the devil whispered the same crap in my ear that he whispered to all of us. And so in order for us to defeat the devil's voice, we have to expose it. So we have to expose our thoughts. We have to say, sis, let me talk to you for a minute.
And look, and that's the key. That's the key.
You know,
if you have an issue with someone, now we know this from this hood economics, right?
Yeah.
Now this ain't nothing new to us, but we have to exercise this. If I have an issue with an individual, why not go directly to that individual?
Yeah.
Go to that individual and see if y'all can iron it out.
Yeah.
If it don't work, bring a witness. Be like, okay, let's have an arbitrator.
Let's bring an imam.
Let's bring an elder or somebody that we both agree is a neutral party.
We both respect.
And let them kind of moderate the conversation. If we can't seem to moderate it on our own, if that don't work, maybe, and I feel like you seriously offended me and you feel like I've seriously offended you, maybe we need to bring it to the assembly as a whole.
Yeah.
And present our case.
You present your case. You know, I tell my part, you tell your part, and let's see what the assembly says.
But that's in order and that's in decency. When we go outside of that, it gives all kind of room for the adversary to do all of the tried and true mechanisms that he had that he'd have been using for eons, for aeons and eons.
Yeah,
boy, aeons and eons. But so these are battle tested. The
FDA approved
mechanisms that he used.
They work.
They tried and true.
They work.
We cannot let the adversary,
this Leviathan,
use his tried and true methods against us. We got to combat that.
Yeah. Because you'll be thinking something about your sister or brother. You be like, I got her down pack, baby, A, B, and C. And it's all stuff the devil done told you, right? And your sister, she ain't thinking that at all. Like, not even.
I'll be real. This happens with ox too sometimes. But go ahead. Yeah,
I'm speaking to the women. You know, I don't want none of the ox accuse me. I'm trying to speak to the men.
There you go.
And trying to teach the men.
There you go.
I'm dealing with the sisters.
Keep that down because that's another issue.
You know, but she's upset. She's upsetting me.
Right. There you go. How I feel about that. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But as the sisters, you know what I'm saying? You think a whole thing about your sister. A whole thing, baby. You got it all figured out in your head. All thoughts given to you by the devil. and you think it's your thoughts because it sounded like you, and it sounded like it was you that thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm smart. You know, I got it all figured out. I done seen too many chicks like her. I got it all figured out. And baby, you ain't got nothing figured out. And if you ever grew a pair of
Thank you for self-editing, because I don't know where that was going.
I don't know where that was going. But some bravery. If you ever grew some bravery
Thank you.
And went and talked to her, and when it just talked to her, like, sis, you know, I have these thoughts about you, and I don't know if it's the devil, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, and you tell me if I'm right or if this is wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna apologize to you.
Yeah.
Sister, I think you got a funky eye. Every time I look at you, you're looking at me funky, right? And then she might tell you something like, "Girl, you had a lazy eye since I was diagnosed. I take drops. I put drops in my eye 2 to 3 days a week."
And now you happy that you brought it to her, just you and her. So you only embarrassed in front of her, not in front of everybody. Right.
Now she's looking at you like you petty as hell. You gotta take drops, and you talking about you always looking at her crazy. I look at everybody crazy. My eye messed up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let Coty Latasha go ahead.
That's hilarious.
I was going to ask, so when we talk about the nation, and I know all of this is included, how do we approach with the OT? Because it's the truth in the spirit. So how do we approach that within the nation?
As far as trying to
As far as like
show them that we still have to keep the Torah, is that what you're saying?
So I know, because I was thinking about that too. Like, so she
keep the Torah, but then also believe in. Yeah, no, go ahead, Cole.
Oh, I was thinking about that. It's crazy you asked that, because I was thinking about that. Like, I know we talking to our small group, you know, but how the nation is big, you know what I'm saying? So how do you express these same sentiments of what need to be done in order to have a united nation? I don't know. Is that what I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, a united nation, but then they only OT. So most of the nation we may be talking about is they believe in the Messiah. Right. So the nation, in my mind, the nation that y'all are talking about, that we talking about spirit and truth, the Messiah, the Torah, all of it. But they only OT, so they don't believe in the Messiah. So how do we approach that?
Yeah.
They following the Torah.
In all honesty, sis, in all honesty, if the conversation, first of all, just like we said last week, when Akoti was asking about being the only one in her household, and you know, part of my response to her was, as you become more studied and confident in your foundation, it becomes easier to dialogue with those people. That would be part of my same response as far as people who are Old Testament only. I don't go after them, so to speak, but I also don't look for them. You know what I'm saying? If the conversation comes up, I'm prepared to have the conversation, and because I'm solid in my study on it, it's just a conversation. I still don't let it escalate. I lay out the facts as I see them and as I read them. I can rebuttal respectfully if need be, but I can also say, I just don't see that, or Coach, I just don't see that, and we can leave it at that. In all honesty, that's the best I can do. It don't have to turn into a yelling match. It don't have to turn into a shout match. But at the same time, I will say this: when I'm talking about those of us in the wilderness who gonna be trying to figure out how to get along with each other and stuff like that, I honestly don't think that those who don't believe in Mashiach gonna be with those who do believe
with
in Mashiach.
Those sheep, because that's a different kind of.
I honestly don't.
That's a different kind of pastor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those in the wilderness in that time, they will be following a different shepherd. You know, they're gonna be following the shepherd.
Those my sheep hear my voice.
Yeah.
And so if he is pastoring us into a certain place, and we're listening to his voice, I just don't think they're gonna be there.
I don't either.
Case in point, if we follow these various pathways that lead to Israel being in all these various places, diverse places. Or if we start at the end point of a lot of these crazy doctrines, not believing that the Apocrypha is any good, not believing that Enoch is any good, not believing that Mashiach was born of a virgin, of a literal virgin. If we start at those endpoints and deconstruct and work our way backwards, oftentimes we end up at a place of someone who does not actually believe in Messiah. So that being said, the things that we believe about those books are guiding us somewhere.
Right. Right.
If they're not being guided to go over to the sheepfold at that time, I just don't even think you're gonna have to worry about it. Personally, that's my honest opinion. If they are there, then I guess we'll have to deal with that.
Ideally, I think that there will be some there, but I think that there will be a weeding out process.
No fool shall cross over.
So I think that whole journey, that whole 40 years is going to be a weeding out process.
I agree.
And, I think by that point, especially because at some point in that 40 years, the Messiah does appear. And I think that does become
I pray that you do not stumble in me, is what he said.
Yeah, what I'm saying?
They do not stumble in me.
Because I'm sure once the Messiah does appear, then there are going to be those that's going to be like, nah. And I think that's the point where, they go their way. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Once the heavens roll up like a scroll, and then the 144 disappear and reappear different. You know what I'm saying? Once all the signs are there that we got, that those who are looking for certain symbols, certain sheep are looking for certain symbols and or signs. Certain signs that we were told was of Mashiach. Yep. Once we see those signs, then for us, that's a done deal. But for those who don't believe in those signs, for them, so that will be a weeding out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And look, let's look at it on a physical and a spiritual level, right? Truth and spirit. How do you intend on dwelling in a place that is set apart if you have no redemption of sins? If you have no device in place to redeem you and cleanse you of the sins you have committed, we believe that to be Messiah. Mm-hmm. You don't believe in Messiah. What is cleansing you so that you can be in a place that's set apart?
Great question.
Yeah. I don't think y'all's gonna allow that. Mm-hmm. I don't think y'all's gonna allow that. And that's what I get from my study, right?
Yeah. I think earlier on in that journey, there's going to be a division between those who there's going to be a crossroad. Yep. There's going, you know what I'm saying? One path is going to lead here, one path is going to lead there, and there's going to be a division. Yep. Where those who believe in the Messiah, believe in the signs that the book told us to look for our Messiah's return, going to go one way, and those who don't believe in those signs going to go the other way. I do believe that. Now, Okoti Tahisha, she had her hand up.
Yes.
And she took it down. And so we're going to make a rule. We was discussing rules. Now, we got a new rule. When you put your hand up, you cannot take your hand down.
Oh, you can take it down. We still going to call you.
We still going to call you if we see it. Okoti Tahisha.
Come on down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not even me. My husband had a question.
Okay. Shalom, Ak.
Hey, shalom.
His name is Gary. Here he is.
Okay, shalom, Gary.
Shalom. How y'all doing today?
Good. Good to meet you, man.
Hi. I was listening to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet y'all.
Yes, sir.
Now, I was listening to y'all, and y'all was talking about when you supposed to go back to your brother, and you And you were talking about you took my hair grease. Look, I understand that, but I have a brother. All right, tell me this then. I wanna know this. How can you or should we consider a person being evil? I mean, just from I'm 56 and I'm been in and out of jail from 8 till 21, 5 kids, them raised none of them. No, I'm talking about my brother. No, and no, I mean, and we do so much for this dude. I mean, put my life on the line, got shot at, police coming at me because of my brother. He used my car, and then I drive my car, and I got police coming after me, and he called me to come pick him up. And when I go pick him up, we got people shooting at us. And right to this day, I remember me and my best friend, we was 12. 12 years old. And right now, and my brother turned me on and my best friend on to crack, which I have problem. I'm working on that, but I had this problem right now to this day. And I still love him. And I see what y'all say, you got to turn your cheek, you got to keep, but y'all don't understand. Some people, I love him and I'm scared for him because I know where he heading, and we were born and raised in church. But this dude, I'm serious. That's why when you say you got to keep turning and try, you don't understand. I tried for 56 years. This dude done fought my wife, broke in my house. He done, like, you don't understand. So what do you supposed to do with something like that? Because he's standing there, this is a 60-year-old man staying with my mother, with his daughter. Now, he had a wife. Yeah. His wife got 3 kids. This young lady was a sweet lady. She got her leg cut off. This joker is in Richmond, where we at, but his family is in Maryland. He out here running the streets while his son, that was probably 16, raising his 2 daughters and taking care of his mama. Yeah. Now she passed. He still live with my mama. So one girl, well, the son, he got his own place. The daughter got one daughter, she in college, but the other one, she's staying with my mama. This man get $4,000 a month and he don't pay no bill. My mama pay every bill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she get a check for taking care of him. He get half of that. He take half of that. And you don't want to do nothing to him. You pray for this dude. What do you got to do with it? I just want to know.
I think
by the word. What do?
Yeah, I think that's
it's okay to think that he's actually evil, because I think this joker evil. I love him, and I don't want him to burn in hell. But I think he's evil.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, bro. Listen, I think you raised some very good points. Here's the thing, right? First of all, let me say, give me a second. First of all, let me say that most of us, if we know our family members, if any of us come from a big enough family and we actually know them and we're not like orphan or something like that and don't know our family members, first of all, let me say you're not alone, bro. I got brothers, I got cousins, and I could tell you some very similar stories. I promise you, I could tell you some very similar stories.
Yes, sir.
So here's the thing, right? You've attempted already. I'm listening to what you're saying. You've already attempted to love and to direct and to give good advice and wise counsel. You've done that already, even to the point where it has caused you and your immediate household harm. That is above and beyond, and I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying or what scripture is saying. That's not what it's saying. For example, I'm going to read you what it says here in Luke chapter 10. Luke chapter 10, verse 5. It says, "And whatever house you enter, first say peace to this house. So you give your peace to this house. It says, and if indeed a son of peace is there, your peace shall rest on it. And if not, it shall return to you, and stay in the same house, eating and drinking whatever is within them. For the laborer is worthy of his wages. Do not move from house to house. And into whatever city you enter, and they receive you, eat whatever is placed before you. And heal the sick there, and you shall say to them, the kingdom of Elohim has come near to you. And into whatever city you enter, and they do not receive you, go out into the streets and say, even the dust of your city, which clings to us, we wipe off against you. But know this, that the kingdom of Elohim has come near you. And I say to you that it shall be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah in that day than for that city. Woe to you. So basically, this is another place where it's saying, look, if you've extended yourself, right, in a righteous manner, and they're not receiving that righteousness from you, shake the dust from your feet. Shake the dust, keep on moving. You don't have to stand there and continue to beat your head against a brick wall and endure harm against you, and especially against your family. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's not accepting what you're saying when you're trying to give them righteous or wise direction or counsel. That's not what we're saying. Here's the other thing. And this may sound a little bit harsh, but this is simply what the word is saying. Rib has got this other verse. Can you read that for us?
Matthew 12, we're going to begin at verse 46. We're going to go to verse 50.
Okay.
It says, and while he, speaking of the Messiah, was still talking to the crowds, see, his mother and brother stood outside seeking to speak with him. And one said to him, see, your mother and your brother are standing outside seeking to speak with you. Mm-hmm. But he answering said to the one who spoke to him, who is my mother and who is my brother? And having stretched out his hand toward his taught ones, he said, see, you are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the desire of my Father who is in the heavens is my brother and sister and mother.
Okay, so no, sis, don't apologize. It's all good. I promise you it's all good. Here's the sentiment, right? When Messiah says, who is my mother or my brother or my sister or my father, but those who do the will of Yahuah, the sentiment is this. When we're talking about a righteous way to build brotherhood and fellowship, we're talking about brothers. We're talking about those who believe what we believe, who operate according to the same rules and guidelines that we say we operate according to. Mm-hmm. Because then you have a mutual set boundary. You have a set group of parameters that you operate by. Mm-hmm. And so we can agree, we playing by the rules. We playing by the rules. Okay, we playing by the rules. And the rules say this, that, and the other. Who is my mother? Who is my brother? But those who do the will. So if they don't believe that we should be operating by this rule book, then that really don't match, because they're going to look at what you're saying and scoff. Mm-hmm. In all honesty. And that's where the other verse that I read fits. If you enter into a place or a situation or a conversation or a household or a city, and you've extended righteous peace to them and they scoff at you, you don't have to stay there and continue to be abused. Yah said, shake the dust from your feet. That place may be damned. And I don't know if that helps, but I mean, the way that we operate, that's kind of how we deal. You know, we have family members that don't believe what we believe in. We have family members that, if we were to stay closely associated, they'll be trying to pull us back into stuff that we don't do anymore. You know, we all got habits that we trying to break away from. We all recovering addicts of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. Of some sort. And ain't no one habit or addiction any worse than another, in all honesty. You know? Go ahead.
I got another scripture for you. The scriptures say by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses that all things be established.
Yep.
So what we trying to tell you today is when we say brother and sister, so when you heard us saying trying to make peace with your brothers and sisters,
Right.
we talking about those who are doing the will of the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about our brothers and sisters that may still be in the world. So
I pray for them.
I do.
Yeah.
But they've chosen their mighty one.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters are those who we got the same mighty one. We got the same power. And so when I was making I was just making the correlation of we should be able to forgive each other and accept each other as easily as we would our blood brother and sister.
Right.
So you was just saying in your testimony,
Right.
how many times you giving him a chance over and over and
Excellent
over
point.
and over again.
Yeah.
But when we dealing with each other, people that's not our brother,
Really.
you know,
Yeah.
who are brothers and sisters in the truth, as soon as somebody look at that's wrong, we go.
Yeah.
We like,
Yeah.
nope, I
know
don't
that
deal
type.
with that. I don't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Versus like our blood brother and sister, where and they not even of us. Sure, they got the same blood, but we got 2 different paths. We got 2 different destinies. You know what I'm saying? But we'll extend ourselves and go far and beyond. And so I got one more scripture for you. Luke 12. We're going to start at verse 49. So this is the Messiah speaking again. I came to send fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. But I have immersion to be immersed with, and how distressed I am until it is accomplished.
Mhm.
Do not think that I have come to give peace on earth. I say to you, no, but rather division. I'm going to continue.
Mhm.
For from now on, 5 in one house shall be divided,
Mhm.
3 against 2, and 2 against 3.
Mhm.
Father shall be divided against son,
Mhm.
and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. So my question is, what is causing a division inside these houses? The Messiah said,
Messiah.
don't think that I come to bring, don't get me mixed up with that other fellow,
Right.
the one with his pelvic showing. And he say, oh, I love everyone. Don't get me mixed up with that player, because that ain't me.
Yeah.
I didn't come to bring peace. I come to divide households.
Yeah.
Either you for me and you for this walk, or you not.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it is your blood brother. I don't care if it is your mother. I don't care if it is your father. If they not for me, he said as much in the other verse when they interrupted him and say his mom and brother was standing there.
Right. And it wasn't that he didn't love his mother and his brother.
Yeah,
But what he was saying is, I'm working here.
I'm working.
I'm doing my father's work, and these are my brothers and sisters. These babes who I'm trying to school in this
Yep.
walk. And so you saying your mother or your brother calling you as if to say that these that I'm talking to aren't as important.
Mhm.
I'm telling you that these are as important, if not more important, if they don't believe what I believe. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, bro, first of all, let me say thank you for coming to the mic, because it's
Yeah.
rare that we get asked to come
We
to the
like
mic.
to hear the act. We like to
Um,
don't apologize, sis. We love that. Like that's what
Yeah.
we're saying. We got to expose. Like, you know what I'm saying? We this is the final hour.
Yeah.
You know, we all battling demons, sis. We all battling demons, and now we didn't took off the gloves. We ain't falling. Look, we took off the gloves. Now we battling these demons.
Yeah.
And we need help. We need each other. You understand what I'm saying? So don't apologize for that. What are you apologizing?
Yes.
Don't get me going on my demons. I'll shock you all.
What you got out? You want to say something else? Does that make sense?
No, I
Yeah,
appreciate. What you say?
What did he say?
I didn't hear you. What you say?
I was saying, does that make sense? I know we kind of rambled a little
Yeah.
bit.
No, but it does. It does. It does. It's just good to be able to talk to somebody about that. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, besides my wife tells me, yeah, so it's good to have a co-signer.
I appreciate the the testimony out, because again, you know, when you come and you bring something out like that, I guarantee you it's other people who deal with similar situations that in their hesitation may be wondering, well, how does this apply? And so by you saying that and us elaborating on it, I promise you it's helping somebody else. I hear from people during the week. Once we post these videos on YouTube, I hear from people during the week, you know, how the videos help them and how the discussions help them. So that's appreciated.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I enjoy talking to y'all.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
We want to hear from you again.
Yes, I want to hear from you.
Oh, you will. Oh, you will. Oh,
Okay.
you will.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anybody else have anything? Yeah, this walk here, man, it is not for the faint-hearted, man. I tell you that much, man. You know, you really touch home with what you said, because yeah, I'm familiar with some very similar situations in my own walk. Yeah. Dang, Coach Gilead said we all go through stuff with our family.
Yes, we do.
It's true. It's definitely true.
Which really make the fellowship so important. It's like I was telling one little sister, you know what I'm saying? We really gotta, you know, when I say don't forsake the fellowship. I mean, that I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. That was one commandment that I struggled with for a long time. And I even had like my husband coming at me like, you know, you wicked and erroneous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, he like your thought process on this is wicked. You know what I'm saying? The way you view the fellowship, this is wicked. You can't just cut yourself off from your people. You can't do that.
It's not scripture.
You know, and I just at one point in time, especially after like all that went down with our previous fellowship, I just was like, look, man, I ain't put myself through that. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the issue with that is we can't blanket everybody. Like, you know, when you get burned by an individual, even if it's an individual from a group or org or a camp or whatever, I can't blanket that whole camp. I take issue with the leadership. I do, like direct aim at leadership of these camps and orgs and stuff like that, because they have become
monsters.
Yeah, and they have placed themselves in the seat of Messiah. Let's just be honest. And by placing yourself in the seat of Messiah, you got people following you like you're the shepherd, which is why we so adamantly say over and over that, you know, saying this is a fellowship and this is a shared study, and that it's important that we all elevate our level of intimacy with the Heavenly Father. We have to have our own relationships. So that this is not perceived as that, because I see the flaws in that. But fellowships are good. And what they doing, man, it's just it's so wicked.
Some of them, not all of them. You know, some of them.
Yes.
Because there are some who still fight. I mean,
and to my point, even those ones that we perceive to be really bad.
Yeah.
I'm talking about camps and stuff like that. I've talked to brothers and sisters who have come out of that.
Yeah.
And have revelations because Yah has brought them out of that. And so that's why I say, you know, you can never blanket a whole group.
Yeah.
Just like we don't want people to blanket, bruise, you know, and say niggas do this, niggas do that.
Yeah.
You know,
all niggas like chicken.
I like chicken.
I like chicken.
No. Anyway.
That was a bad example. That was a bad example. Okay.
But yeah, you know, you can't blanket everybody, man. It's always diamonds in the rough. You know, it's always roses pushing up through the concrete and the pavement. You know,
the road is still the road.
Yeah, and to be clear, that's what Hamashiach looking for.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for
the diamonds in the rough,
the good the good fruit.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of this whole thing, whether you want to call it life or an experiment or whatever you want to call it, you know, those that are good fruit are going to be separated.
That's true.
So that's the main
And
thing.
Paul said that there's a scripture to support what you just said. What's the scripture? He said
Where?
he said these factions, Paul says these factions have to happen.
Yes.
Because out of these factions come
Yep.
the soldiers that the Messiah is looking for.
Yep.
And so these have to happen. These, you know.
Yep.
But out of them come these soldiers because they survived like the first attack.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You survived this first attack. The first attack was these factions. You survived that. And you saw above that and you saw beyond that. And now you're ready for stage 2. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's do it. You at stage 2. Let's do it.
Graduation time.
Kane, you know what I'm saying?
To the next grade.
Yeah. I mean, it just get tougher and tougher. I mean, eventually you'll be fighting dragons. So prepare yourself for that.
But look, these things that you go through, whether it's what you was talking about, whether it was what Coach Latasha was talking about, we're dealing with brews that refer to themselves as Torah only. These are all excellent opportunities to dig into our scriptures to find out how to deal with those issues, because, and I'm just speaking for myself and sharing with you what helped me and what helped Real. When I take these conflicts and I dig into my scriptures to find the solutions for the next time I have those conversations with those people, when I started off doing that, I thought I was doing it for the conversation, like to combat them in conversation. Mm-hmm. Okay, they said this, I'm gonna come back with that. That's how it started off when I was young and zealous, and it was just about the debate.
Yeah.
As I matured in my walk, I want to say I came to the realization. Yeah. Thank you. That no, in all honesty, what happened was Yah allowed me to see clearly that I was not doing it in order to win a debate or an argument. I was doing it to grow my foundational understanding. And so the more we have those conflicts, we have to understand that Yah is setting that in front of you to grow you, right? And so if you use that as an opportunity to hit your scriptures and to really dig in and find the scriptural answers to those things, that is, again, iron sharpening iron, steel sharpening steel.
And then you get to a point, well, some people get to a point, not all people, because we see, you know, but you get to a point where you realize it's not about you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times when you be seeing like these brews in true fashion, you know, it's so boastful. You know, they doing this thing where they like, look at me. Look how many scriptures I know.
Right.
Look how close to the Most High it appears that I am. Look how smart I am than you. You know, look how I wield my sword. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, you're this soul in limbo, that's teeter-tottering on the edge. And when they had a chance to save you from that edge, they chose instead to look like Stefan from, what's his name? Stefan from Sleeping Beauty. No, for Beauty and the Beast. What was his name? The one. Come on.
You're asking the wrong
I'm not
person
the
about
only
that.
one who's seen Beauty and the Beast. Disney's
Gaston.
Right.
Gaston.
That's the one. You know what I'm saying? It's so.
Are you guys talking about Frozen?
No, from Beauty and the Beast.
I have no idea.
Come on. Y'all know the one.
It's Gaston.
Gaston. That's him. Now this soul is teetering on the edge of life and death. You know, and you got one chance, Hebrew. You got one chance to say this soul, one chance. And when you got your chance, you chose to be like Gaston. Gaston, I'm great. I know the scriptures you late. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And now this person dead. If you think they blood ain't on your hands, you got another thing coming.
Yeah.
You had a chance to humble yourself. And most of the time, the first thing you got to do is listen, Hebrew.
Yeah.
The first thing you got to do is listen. Just listen. Listen to this soul. Because if you don't listen and you don't know exactly what they need and exactly what this soul is crying out for,
Right.
how can you fight for it? How can you try to save it?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Coach told her, she said that was 1 Corinthians 11 and 19, the one that read, for there have to be factions even among you, so that the approved
Coach
ones might be
Latasha.
revealed among you, told our sis.
Coach Latasha, let me tell you something about the Japanese sword maker, right? There are 3 steps to making a Japanese blade. You know what I'm saying? First, you need the person who pound the blade out of the steel, right? The person who pound the blade out of the steel is not the same person who take and sharpens the blade. You know what I'm saying? It takes 3 people to make the Japanese sword. Coach Latasha, you always there, man. When these scriptures,
The
you
Bushido
know,
blade.
man, when these scriptures spill forth, you be like, I love it.
Family, it's getting late. Want to say Shabbat Shalom to you all.
Shabbat shalom, family.
And Lila told.
Y'all willing, we'll see some of y'all Sunday.
Lila told, family. Shabbat Shalom. We have digressed.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Love you guys.
That's why y'all like, we don't watch football.
Yeah. Love y'all, fam. We'll see y'all next week.
Safe travels, y'all.
I say yes, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Nevertheless, I must confess. Yes, this is Project Wake Up Jacob. On the Sabbath we rest and reflect upon his goodness, because we are guided by the Ruach Kodesh.